Okay, so lately I've been thinking I'd like to make a tutorial series or playlist on YouTube that walks all the way through an electronics project. Not the short tutorials like we normally see, like with an Arduino dev board where we plug it up, call it a day, and we're done with it. I want to go all the way through an electronics project, from picking out the pieces, designing it, testing it, debugging it, getting it all working, all the way up to at least ordering a PCB from a factory and soldering together a prototype. Perhaps a step further and go ahead and order an SMD that would go in a final version. So the next little project I had in mind would probably be perfect for this. So it's nothing too fancy. Lead into it is another hobby I have is I like to write educational video games. Just small, simple ones, nothing too fancy, and really they end up being glorified multiple choice questions. Uh, a little more fun than taking a multiple choice quiz, but maybe not quite as much fun as the blockbuster video games. But I have a lot of fun writing those, and I'd like a little controller to use rather than the normal PC keyboard for those. So I was thinking perhaps something like the original Nintendo controller, just a couple buttons on with one thumb controlling and the other thumb moving, controlling the direction of the character. So probably like a little 2-axis joystick and a couple buttons for that, maybe 4 buttons, because like I said, they're really glorified multiple choice questions. That way in easy mode, there's like an A, B, C, and D button, or in normal mode, the player moves around and uh, beats up the zombie carrying the correct answer instead of just picking B on a multiple choice quiz. A little more fun that way. It still has the educational aspects. And as a teacher, if I have my students play those games, I can still collect data about how it goes, just like I could on the typical learning management system sort of analytics. So make that joystick, and then it would also work for the other thing I like to do of just regular input devices. I have and replace a mouse. So really only 3 buttons would be enough for that, I think. Have the joystick handle the left and right and up and down, and using a 2-axis joystick can get the diagonals and anything in between left and right and up and down. So the whole range of movement, and then 3 buttons, one for a left click, one for a right click, a like middle click, like clicking on the wheel. And then my initial thought was hold down that middle button and move the joystick to get the scrolling features as well. So that's the initial idea. So let's walk all the way through this project from beginning to end, and not just the quick hook it up in 15 minutes type of tutorial like we see on YouTube all over the place. Actually go all the way through the beginning from choosing our parts up until ordering the final version from the factory. So let's get started into that.